Hello everyone, welcome back to this course on Catia. I am Manthan Devan, your course instructor for this course. Let's begin for the day. So in the previous sessions, we have seen about the Sketchup Workbench of the Catia. Today we are going to make a sample 2D sketch using the commands that we have learned in the previous sessions. So this is the 2D drawing that we are going to make today. So it almost covers almost all the features that we have studied in the previous session. So need to use the lines, the circles, the slots, the circular slots, and we also need to use the dimensions and the relations that we have learned. So let's see how this can be made. And as you can see that these all dimensions are given in inches. So you can either convert the units to inches or you can of the CATIA or you can convert this inches to mm for your convenience and make the drawing accordingly. So I have converted these units to mm and I will make the sketch accordingly. So you can also follow the same dimensions and you will get the sketch as it is. So let's start. So for starting the Sketchup Workbench, we will go to Start Mechanical Design. Here we have Sketchup Workbench. Mm, Sketchup Workbench. So it will ask for the name. I will keep it as part one. Okay. So we go into the Sketchup Workbench. Select the X, Y, Z plane. And we have entered the Sketchup Workbench. So now basically there are two ways to create this 2D sketch. You can either make this whole sketch and use the auto dimensions and then change the dimensions from the uh, edit multi constraint option that we had seen, or make we can do step by step. That is, you can make this circle, give these dimensions related to them, then make another circle, give dimensions related to them. So you can approach either of the steps as you may like. So let's begin. So I will do the approach that I will make geometry and I will constrain it. I will give the dimension. Then I will go to next geometry. I will constrain it and I will move forward. So let's start. So for starting, I will take this circle for the start point and this point will be my origin. So let's make a circle of the diameter is 1.125 inches, which comes to 28.575. So let's begin. So for convenience, I will first hide these planes so that it does not cause any problems for visualization. Select the plane, right click, and you will have the hide show option. Select the circle, center point, this circle. We have another circle with the same center. So I will just make two circles. And I will constrain them first. So the diameter of the inner circle is 28.575 and diameter of the outer circle is 44.45 mm. So you see that these circles have now turned green. As we have seen that color codes, green means fully constrained. So we can move further. So next we need to make the axis of this circle so that we can relate the other geometry around that axis. So let's make that axis. So you can use the axis command directly. So I made the axis over here. Next, I will make this circle above the above circle. For that, I want to have another axis which is at a horizontal distance of 0.75 inches, which comes to around 19.05 mm. So let's first make the axis of this circle. So I will make an axis here. So you see, if my line is not vertical, it will not be fully constrained. So it will not be green, it will be white. So we do not want that. So we'll take one more time. We'll drag it here. You see here a blue V, which means that the line is vertical, but it has not turned green. Why? Because we have not mentioned any dimensions. So I will give it from this to this. We have 19.05. You see now this has turned green. And the horizontal axis is 47.625 mm above. So you see I have now got a center point over here. So I will draw two circles over here. For zoom in, I will just click my scroll and I will continuously press the right click and release it. And I will drag my mouse continuously pressing the scroll. So through it I can zoom in and zoom out. So here is the circle center. I want another circle. Yeah. So just make two circles over here. And dimensions for this circle are 1.625 and 0.75 inches. So by converting them to millimeter, that comes to 19.05 and 23.775. So let's constrain them. So inner circle is of the diameter of 19.05 mm and the outer circle has the diameter of 23.775. So you see, I have given the constraints, but still my circles are white. So to check where you have the constraint is missing, just click on the geometry and drag it anywhere. So you can see that my circles are moving in the vertical direction and they are not moving in the horizontal direction. So that means that the circles have not coincided with this axis. So to do that, I will I can either select the circles and select this line and go to here. I can give a distance. No, I will just give a constraint over. I will select the center point. I will select the line and I will give this distance 0. So you see now they have turned green. That means my both the circles are fully constrained now. Moving ahead, now let's make this horizontal slot. So for that, we again need two axes, or else. So for making that, this we can either make two axes and define their distance, or else we can make a slot and we will have these 2 points and we can then define the dimensions. So let's make a slot. I will have a slot over here. I will change this dimension. So I do not have the this dimension. So what I have is the radius of this and radius of this. So the radius of inner slot is 0.437 inches, which turns out to be, so that turns out to be a radius of 11. So let's give this a radius of 11. And here you can see that the distance between these two axes is 1 inch, that is 25.4. So let's give that dimension. Select this point, select this point, and this is 25.4. So moving ahead. So here you can see that the distance of this outer point, distance of this outer point is given from this point. So first we need to make this slot, we need to define these points, then we can define this. So for making that, let's pause the this geometry and we will go over here. So for this need to make a axis at an angle of 40 degrees. So let's make axis over here. Give it a select this line and this line will give you angle. Change this to 40 degrees. So for us to not get confused, I will change the length of this axis by just dragging the end point. Then we need a slot. Okay. We will just select the center point. Select this line. Select this line, drag it outside. We don't want this dimension. We will give it afterwards. So we have a radius over here, 0.438, which turns out to be 11.12. So radius here, 11.12. And we have Again, the distance of this center point, that is 2.312, which turns out to be 58.72 mm. I will select this point. I will select this. And I want this to be 58.72 mm. So you see now this is turned green, which means that it is fully constrained. So now we can constrain this one also by just giving this dimension by zero point 0.8 inches, which turns out to be 147.4. 147.4. So you see this is also turned to green. If it does not turn to green, sometimes it happens that your CATIA does not take this as a symmetric geometry because you might have not uh, drawn it, done it properly. So just try to give a radius here also. So just like I did now, and it will turn to green. That means it will be fully constrained. So next up, we'll make these arcs and connect the whole geometry. So let's do that. First, I will make this one. The radius of the outer slot is 0.875, that is 22.225. But we do not want this full slot. We only want a part of that. So we first need to make these curves, make them tangent, then we can trim the inside slots. Let's do that. We'll make a circle over here and we can just make them tangent. Just right click and you can have the shortcut to this is select the body geometries between which you want to give relations and right click. So the commonly used of relations will appear and I want tangency. So that's a shortcut. Select both the geometries and just right click. Uh, Distance then radius of this is 0.625, which turns out to be 18.7. So this has to be 18.75. What else is missing? Also, you can see that this both are also tangent. So I will again make these both also circles also tangent. I will select this, and I will go to dimension. Just right click here. I will do tangency. So you see there is some error because the sketches turn red because I have overdefined. So let's undo that and see what the error is. Sorry, the dimensions I had put up was wrong. So let's delete this one and make them this also tangent first. So then use the trim command, quick trim, select this, and now you can just simply give the radius over here. So yeah, you can see now it is fully constrained. And doing the same thing below, we need to make a circle over here. Make them both tangent. Now you see the circle here is not tangent to this, but is tangent to another curve over here. So for that, we need to make another curve over here. It has a radius of 1.375. So let's make that first. We will make that circle. Just draw a circle of random size and then give the dimension to it. So dimension is 1.375. It makes we observe carefully that it is a radius of 1.375 and not the diameter. So be careful while giving dimensions that whether you are giving the radius dimension or the diameter dimension. So we have here is 1.375 radius. So let's make that into mm, that will be 34.925. I will give a radius of 35. Now we have a line from this point and tangent to this, and we will trim the rest of the circle. So let's make a line that we use the line command from this point to tangent to this. Now we will trim this. We need to use trim many times, so I will double click this. Trim this part out. Line is not being tangent properly, done proper tangent. So let's make that once again. And I will use constraint feature to use the tangent. So that gives a proper tangent. Also, let the line go beyond the circle. We can always trim them. And this, 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 this. Trim the part that we do not require. So now here is a last curve. So we will make that. We'll make a circle, small circle over here. And I will make these both tangents and tangent to this. Still it is white because I've not given the radius. So the radius over here is Same as this above because here it is given as 2 into radius. So this radius and this radius will be same. That is 15.875 mm. So I will give here. So first I will use the trim command so that my figure looks complete. Yes, I can now always use this radius over here. See the radius is 9.325 and we're almost done. Let's see. No, now need to make another curve over here which has a radius of 1.75. So let's just make a circle and we want this to be tangent to this line and tangent to this circle. So let's give them that constraint tangent to this line and I want it to be tangent to this outer circle also. And the radius over here is 1.750 mm. So I will first trim this. I will give a radius 1.75 converted to 1.75 inch that was in inch. I will convert that to mm and it will come to 44. So yeah, that's that completes our sketch. Oh no, we have done wrong. We have another slot over here. So now we can do that. We can change the radius of this and make another smaller slot inside. Or else you will need to undo all these steps and make changes. You can do whatever you want. I will just change the radius over here and make another smaller slot inside. I will change it to 19 mm, which is equal to this 4.437 inches. We'll turn this also to 90 and I will make another slot inside. You see, I have 2 points over here. That creates a confusion. Which point to select? So the gray point is the un undefined point, and the green point is the defined point. That is, it is fully constrained. So use the green points, make a slot. So as we know, the diameter, the radius of this arc is to be 11. Give that. And that completes the sketch. So just I will use Spitolin command and I have this small sketch ready over here. So that covers the Sketcher workbench of Catia. We have done a practice model. You can also try different sketches. There are many, but just randomly trying some models and yes. So that's all for today's session. Thank you. Hope to see you in the next session. Thank you.